Hey everyone, welcome back to another War video. This is another double feature. This is going to be War 4 and War 5 for Loki taking on TCN and PBT. I actually have the same team for both wars, Apoc, Chavez, and Cable. So this is going to be the only team screen you see, but let's jump right into the first war, which was against TCN. So I'm on path 1 in section 1. So I'll be using Apoc against this Wong. This is the masochism fight. Apoc completely turns off masochism, so don't really have to worry about that. Just have to worry about fighting Wong. So Wong, obviously with this being TCN, this is a rather large Wong, and I just want to not mess up, not get hit. So basically just trying to get up to the special 2. I do have mutant boost on for the next fight. There I was a little late on the heavy, didn't get punished on it, so that's good. But, really just trying to bait out special 1s because special 1 is pretty easy to deal with. So I'm trying to bait out a special 1 here before throwing the special 2. There it is. He throws the special 1. So here I will heavy into the special 2. You can see here his Wong charges are getting pretty high. He's at 98. There's 100. So now I need to get a heavy off before that timer goes off. I'm able to do that, and now it's just a matter of throwing this last special 2, and that will be enough to KO. So nothing too crazy about this Wong here. Apoc able to take that fight rather easily. But this is the fight I had the mutant boost on. So this is Mephisto on node 20. It's a strike counter, masochism, so really the big thing is a strike counter. And because I just fought Wong, I do have the Wong cross fight. So basically I just back off at the start, just bait out a special 1 and wait out the Fury, and then we're good to go. So like I've said before on these fights, I just like getting 3 separate combos of heavy, medium, 4 lights, medium, medium. And then with Apoc, you can heavy into the special and not give them any additional Fury charges, which is nice because it's a multi-hit heavy. So you can see there, nice special 2 does a good amount of damage. Going to try to bait out this special 2 here. It was actually nice. So the concussion actually turned off the power gain aspect of that Incinerate, which was pretty cool. Here, I'm going to throw the special 2, but I push him into the regen. I was kind of hoping the concussion would turn off one of them, but the concussion just isn't a big enough concussion. But that's okay. I go in, throw another special 2, and this will be enough to KO Mephisto. So nothing too crazy there. Just a matter of kind of cycling special 2s with Apoc, and down goes Mephisto. So next fight here is going to be Ebony Maw on node 26. So this is Conflictor, which again, Apoc turns off, but it's got the Hazard Shift, Bleed, and Shock. Not so much concerned about the Bleed. The Shock will be a little bit more fun. I still have the Mutant Boost on. Like I said, definitely wanted those for the Mephisto fight and also for this one, because I do want to make sure to kind of cycle power as much as I can so I can throw my specials. I fought Maw a few times here with Apoc. In general there, you can see I use an indestructible boost. I decided to, get 2 hits of that out of the way, because why have a full indestructible boost when I can only have 1 hit? So here, Maw is sitting at his special 2. I'd like him to throw it. He does. So now the falter's on me. I'm just going to wait that out. And then I will throw the special 2. So I should have heavied there. Instead, I light heavied, and then Maw was very agreeable and kind of ran at me. So that could have went a lot worse than it actually was. And there the concussion actually turned off the falter. So I'm going to throw this special 2 once again, and it is going to be just enough to finish off Maw. So that fight was a little more interesting than it should have been with throwing that light before the heavy attack. But yeah, that's all right. Next fight, I'm going to be on path 8 here in section 2. Apoc against Crossbones. I mean, this is a this is kind of a duel here. I mean, the big thing that you got to kind of keep in mind with Crossbones is he is a global defender, so just, you don't want to let him stack up too many flourishes. And like I said before, even though Crossbones can't shrug debuffs against Apoc, if he builds up his Furies, he still can make parries fail, so I just want to be mindful of that. In this node, if they get too many buffs, they get a power efficiency, meaning their specials, cost less power. But you can see one special 2 is pretty much enough, and then I just go in. I was going to throw either the special 1 or the special 2 there. It was going to be plenty to finish off Crossbones, and you can see not really too much going on with that Crossbones fight. Apoc just completely turns him off. Next fight is going to be the next fight on the path, which is Node 44, Rich Gets Richer Gorr. I'm going to be using America Chavez. Gorr can be very, very annoying here, but I use Chavez. Chavez is a global attacker, so I use a Power Star 1, heavy into a special to Fate Seal him, get rid of all of his buffs. It shoots me up to a special 3 with all of my Mystic Dispersion, which was very nice. So I throw that. Now all of my dimensions are open. Bait out this special from Gorr, which is nice. And now I'm just trying to push myself up to a special 2. So he gets his special 2. I just, dodge the first part. He got no buff, so I'm not really too concerned about doing anything there. So here, throw the special 2. Not quite enough, but very close. But one more combo is going to do it. So parry, and it was actually just one more hit. So not really too much going on with Gorr there. Chavez able to handle that fight pretty easily. On to the next one is going to be Hulkling on Node 48. So you've seen me take this fight a few times with Scorpion. It's my first time taking it with Chavez. Same idea. It's not as easy with Scorpion because with Scorpion you can power sting him, and Hulkling kind of just KOs himself. With Chavez, it takes a little bit more work. Of actually doing the damage yourself. And one thing that's pretty underrated here, and I just totally didn't give it the credit that it was due, was Hulkling's power gain. Hulkling's power gain is very annoying. So I threw the special 2 and he had more than 2 bars of power, which pushed him up to a special 3. I had a 33% power reducer because I figured, with all the power from Gorr and everything. And here I push him to another special 3, but he doesn't throw it. And I just kind of combo in here and throw this special, and that's going to do it for Hulkling. So, again, could have been a little bit more suspect than it turned out to be, but Chavez still pretty solid for that fight. So that's it for the TCN war. So now, like I said, same team and same first path. So I'm on path 1 here to start against PBT. It'll be Apoc versus Thing. I have taken this fight multiple times with Apoc. At this point, I pop a combat regen because I think I want an overflow, so didn't need an invuln, didn't need a power star 1 for this fight. This fight is really just count to 15, and if you can't count to 15, try to subtract 1 every once in a while by throwing a heavy. But I'm not really too concerned about the regens at the start because really I'm trying to push up to my special 2. I have the 8 150s on so not the full 12-200 for the mutant boosts. So it's not quite as much power back, but still, gets me back to almost a full bar, which is nice to kind of reset the fight there. I missed the heavy, throw the special 1 though, able to get that in. You can see, I know I've said before, I don't really like putting the concussion on Thing because it really mess with the rock stacks, but really, with the concussion on Thing at this point, I'm just trying to heavy, because then if I heavy, I'm not worrying about, did I put a rock stack on, did I not put a rock stack on, I can just heavy and either remove 1 or, it doesn't trigger, whatever the case may be. It's much easier to deal with, and then I can just kind of spam special 1 and keep his rock stacks low where I'm not getting him anywhere near the 15. So here, just trying to bait out this special 2. Thing is not really wanting to throw it. There he goes. He throws it. And again, just trying to stick to heavy attacks so that I'm refreshing my debuffs, letting them do some work and making sure I'm not getting anywhere near the 15. So here, heavy into the special 1, and that's going to do it for Thing. So that was a pretty smooth Thing takedown. Not really too much to worry about there. So on to section 2, I have this Korg on node 25, which is Power Snack, and I get a Power Sting every time he fills up a bar of power. So again, using Apoc, I still had the combat regen on. Looking back, should have used an invulnerability boost for this one, but I didn't. was just kind of hoping that Korg would be very kind with his specials, which for the most part he was. But the thing here is with Korg being a global defender, I don't really want to hit his block all that often when he's, I can hit it twice basically for free. So now I can hit it again if I wanted to because one of his crowd excitement fell off there. You can see I dexed, put him just shy of the special. There I throw the heavy and just whiff. So really messed up the spacing on that one. And this is where the fight really gets thrown off, because if I'm able to throw that heavy, I can heavy into the special too. And like I said, I have mutant boosts on, so I'm able to kind of work it a little bit better. But here, I'm stuck in the corner. He's got his flourish on. He's unblockable. He's unstoppable. It's just there's a whole bunch going on. I power gain him up. I hit his block. He doesn't immediately punish. And here I'm just like, look, you know what? I'm just going to have to bank on Apoc being able to survive a special 3 here. I do have a 25% special 3 reducer on, so I'm not totally worried about it. But was really just in a bad position there and had to try to reset. I also threw the special 3 when I had 2 power stings on me, so that's how I dropped down from 100 to 83%. But you can see there that special 3 from Korg doesn't really do too much, and it doesn't put me it puts me kind of back in the corner. So at this point, I'm just kind of dexing for dear life, kind of quaking with Apoc in the corner. There, I mess up the special 1 dex, but finally I'm able to get it to where I can throw the special 2, and it's enough to KO Korg. So very interesting fight, but Apoc able to make it all the way through. So that was it for me in section 2, but I do have all 3 of these minis here with American Chavez. A repeat of the fight you just saw is going to be Chavez versus Hulkling. So same idea as the last one. Just get the power start 1. I didn't have quite as many buffs to kind of push me up, but here again, I do the same thing. You would think I would learn, hey, you just pushed them to a special 3 last war. Maybe don't do that again. No, it's more fun to tank special 3s apparently. So Chavez able to tank this first one pretty well. And I said first one, and you may be wondering, no, there's no way he's gonna do it again, right? I mean, he's not gonna push him to another special 3, is he? Oh, but he is. So I throw my special 3 first, so I'm at least able to dump my power and get some power back once he throws his special 3. Again, I know the special 3 is not going to kill me. His first special 3 did about 25-ish%. So this special 3 should, again, do about 25-ish%. So I'm not totally concerned, but again, it's kind of a bad habit. So that one actually does a little bit more than 25. I guess I adrenaline healed back a little bit more. So here I'm like, okay, look, you cannot do it again because that did about 40%. You're at 37. So if you do it again, you're gonna die. So let's try not to do it again. So here, we get him to throw the special, which is very nice. At this point, I'm like, look, I'm not throwing any specials unless he's like at just above 1 bar of power. So right there and here, I get he unblockable. And here again, I just don't learn, but I was able to keep him under. I'm not entirely sure why he didn't go to a special 3. I threw that special when he had way more power than I actually intended, and looking back, I definitely should not have thrown it at that point. But somehow, some way, I'm able to not die in that fight. I don't know, not a great fight, but Chavez able to pull through anyway. So next fight is going to be against this rank 5 Apoc on Conflictor. So you've seen me do this fight a couple times. So again, power start 1. I have a white Magneto pre-fight from one of my alliance mates. So at this point, it's the same thing that I've done. It's just going to take a bit because it's a rank 5 Apoc. But I'm just trying to set up the dimensions and kind of just cycle through the special 2. So I do have 12,200 Mystic Boost on, so that is going to help a little bit. But I'm just, like I said, just really trying to medium, light, heavy into some sort of special. That didn't do nearly as much damage as I would have wanted. And he gets some flourish buffs on him, so, I do want to get rid of those at some point, but he's throwing a special 2, and he'll just get more. So, this is fine, but I'm able to Fate Seal him there, which is actually kind of helpful in a weird way, because I was able to use my Mystic Dispersion, whereas if I just hit his block, I don't get Mystic Dispersion for that, but if I Fate Seal him on the special, I do get Mystic Dispersion for that. So, it's a decent way to kind of continuously cycle power. So you can see here, I've only really taken block damage, and Apoc does hit hard through the block, even without the charges, because I've been pretty good at managing the combat deja vu, which would give him a prowess, so I don't want to deal with that. But you can see, that special still does a decent amount into the block. But, just throwing that special 2, trying to do some damage to him, regen up a little bit, throw the special 1 with all 3 dimensions open, basically get me right back to a special 1, so just really trying to, manage the fight, keep everything in hand there. For the first time, I hit light 1 too many times, and I pushed him to give him a buff and the block penetration that comes with it, but, at this point, the fight's pretty well in hand. I just need to throw this last special, and this should do it. It's just short, because Apoc's got, like, a bazillion health, as you've seen on my side most of the time, but that'll do it for Apoc. So next fight here is going to be my last fight of these 2 wars. It's going to be Chavez versus Aarkus on node 54. So Aarkus can be pretty annoying here, just, with his power gain. I, again, have a White Magneto pre-fight, so that does help things, so I don't have to worry about his shrug. And I power start 1 so that I can immediately turn off his power gains. But, here I push him to a special 2, which is really awesome, which is really what you don't want to do. You want him to be throwing special 1s. So here, because the entire theme of the war has been, hey, let's see how many special 3s I can tank, I just pushed him to special 3. Aarkus' special 3 is not that bad. The issue here is he's got a little bit of increased attack rating from Aspect of Evolution. So I cannot reliably bank on doing this multiple times. I still have that same special 3 reducer, so I know I'm going to survive. It's just a matter of how much. That did more than I was expecting. So I was like, okay, you cannot do that again. Because if I push him again, I'm going to die. So I throw the special 3 just to make sure that he's fate sealed, reset the board state a little bit, throw Aarkus back. But here I know, look, I need him to be a little bit agreeable here, throw a special 1 specifically. So I throw my special 1 to keep him fate sealed so he doesn't, and neutralized so he doesn't get any more power gain buffs. And here I'm just going for it. I have the special 2, I throw it, and it is enough to KO Aarkus. So wild war there, 4 special 3s that were tanked, with not one of them having an invulnerability boost. 11 fights overall, but I was somehow, some way able to get through them, so that gets me 25 fights on the season and a streak now of 71. In terms of the war, both of these wars, we did drop both of them. Crazy close wars. We've had 5 really good wars this season. We really have. We're playing really well, but we're just coming up a little short. We've had 2 where we've tied and lost on time. 1 where we lost 1-0. It's been an absolutely insane beginning of the war season. I'm happy with how we're playing. Just the chips aren't falling our way right now. So hopefully we can turn that around in these last few wars. But that will do it for this one. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will see everyone soon.